Hi there. Hey, I've had my power out since 4 a.m. It's been about 6 or 8 hours, so I thought I'd take a break and give you a call. But let me tell you a quick story. Once there was a guy, he was on a business trip. He was working in Italy, had a very stressful job. So to take a break, he was sitting in this little Italian town, and he was just sitting on the beach, and he was trying to shake off the stress and relax. And, you know, sometimes you just have to get away and clear your mind, right? Well, as he was sitting there, he saw a fisherman rowing his small boat back into the harbor, and when the boat got close, he looked down in there and he could see that the fisherman had quite a few large fish in the boat, and he was pretty impressed, and he said to the fisherman, well, how long does it take you to catch this many? I mean, is it a lot of work? Well, the fisherman said, no, not really. It doesn't take very long at all, plus I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And so the businessman was confused. He said, well, if it doesn't take very long, why don't you just stay out and fish longer and catch more? I mean, wouldn't you like to have more fish? And the fisherman said, more? Huh. Well, this is enough to feed my entire family. And I've even got enough left over that I can sell them to my neighbors, and I make extra cash. And the extra cash I use to go ahead and pay my bills and buy the other necessities we need. And the guy says, well, what do you do with the rest of your day? I mean, wouldn't that be a natural question? Because this was a businessman who was always working night and day, and he was stressed out and always trying to get more. You know, we've seen people like this. Well, the fisherman replied, well, I've usually caught my all the fish that I really need by late morning. So then I go home, and and I hug my wife, and I play with my kids. And of course, in the afternoon, I like to kind of take a nap, and maybe I do some reading. And then in the evening, I go to the village and I have a drink with my friends, and sometimes I play the guitar and sing, and we dance into the night. We just have a grand old time. The businessman, he decided to be a big shot. He was putting his entrepreneurial hat on, and the businessman said, well, I'm going to offer you a suggestion at no charge. Usually I charge for my consulting, but for right now, I'm going to go ahead and help you out at absolutely no money out of your pocket. I'm not going to charge you anything. He said, I've got a PhD in business, and I can actually help you become a lot more successful. You see, he just naturally assumed that's what the fisherman wanted, right? So he said, from now on, you should spend way more time at sea. Spend a lot more time, and you need to catch as many fish as possible. In fact, you need to catch so many fish that you don't hardly have room for your oars so you can row back. Then you're going to sell them, and when you've saved enough money, you can then buy a bigger boat. You can catch even more fish. And soon, you'll have enough cash that you'll be able to buy multiple boats. Maybe you can even set up your own company. I could guide you how to set up a business entity and that type of thing. And then I'll show you how to build a production plant so you can can the fish and you can sell them. And then you'll be able to move maybe to the city if you choose to, so you can control all these other branches you're going to open up. And he just mapped out this really grand strategic plan. It was something, I'll tell you that. And to which the fisherman answered and said, and then what? He was listening. He was serious. So the businessman laughed and said, well, after that, you're going to be able to live like a king. You're going to be able to take your company public. You're going to sell stock. You're going to be rich. And the fisherman still said, well, and after that? I mean, in other words, and then what? Well, the businessman got confused, and he said, what? He said, well, after that, you're going to be able to retire. You'll be able to move to a house by the sea. You're going to wake up in the morning. You'll get to go fishing. Then you can return home and you can play with your kids, and you can kiss and hug your wife. You can take a nap in the afternoon, and you can go to see your friends at the village. And down in the evening, you can play guitar, and you guys can drink and sing songs. You can just have a grand old time. And puzzled, the fisherman said, well, hold on. Isn't that what I'm doing already? Think about it. The businessman was trying to give him a plan to get him to where he already was. You see, the advantages of real estate is it really doesn't take you long if you put together a plan, and you actually have to work your plan, where you can literally get a passive income of, say, $3,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 a month. I mean, sure, you can do more if you want to, but let's get you making $5,000 to $10,000 a month. Now, let me just challenge you for a minute here. How much would an extra, say, let's just stick with $5,000. If I only had you make an extra $5,000 a month, how much would that affect your life? How much would that change what you have to do already? I mean, think about it. Would it provide freedom? You see, when I do marketing, I like to market for people that need to sell. I call them motivated sellers. I didn't invent that. Other people did. See, these are people that are either behind in payments or about to be behind, and they just want the problem gone. They want the stress gone. You see, If you show me somebody who wants the house gone, they don't argue. They just say, what do we have to do to put this deal together? Now, in the future, one of these trainings, I'm going to be showing you how you can literally buy houses without having to get bank loans, without qualifying for your credit, without even using your credit. And that's pretty cool, huh? Right? You see, we like to use the creative methods, and we're dealing with motivated sellers. So let me show you something. Let's say you only was able to buy 5 houses in the next year. I mean, that's not too difficult, not too big of a goal, right? And let's say your average profit spread was only $300 a month. I mean, think about that. If per house, that means times 5 houses, you'd be picking up an extra $1,500 a month. Now, how much would an extra $1,500 a month mean to the average household? How much would it mean to you? In fact, if you did this for a couple of years, that's an extra $3,000 a month. Think about that. You see, stress is often a choice. I'm not trying to tell you have to become a billionaire and you have to be on TV. That you may never want that. But you can choose to work hard for a year or two so that then you can decide what you want to do. And isn't that a neat option? When I go back to that fisherman and the businessman, think about it. One wanted to conquer the world. One just wanted to enjoy life. What if you could use a little bit of both? Wouldn't that be cool? Hey, this is Mike saying I'm going to sign off here. Live free. Let's enjoy it. Talk to you.